It's Centrea
and Matra, her mom.
So today we're going to be making honey Dijon pork chops. I don't know.
Pork chops with some honey and goodies in it.
Yum. So come cook with us today, guys.
Come cook with us. Okay, so as you know, we kind of said in our introduction, we are going to be making Dijon honey pork chops. Sounds good. All right, so for this recipe, you will need 4 boneless pork loin chops, 1 teaspoon of salt-free lemon pepper, 2 teaspoons of canola oil, half a cup of orange juice, but we did substitute it for tang because there's less sugar. So we're gonna try it just to see what happens. And then 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard and 1 tablespoon of honey. All right, so the first thing that we want to do, we're going to sprinkle our pork chops with a little bit of that lemon pepper. So Centrea's going to do that. And then in a large skillet over here on the stove, we're going to heat up the oil over a medium heat, and then we'll just brown the chops on both sides. So she's going to keep doing that. I'm going to heat up the oil, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, so in a small bowl, Centrea is going to go ahead and whisk up the orange juice, which again, we use tang because it has like 0 sugar. Was it 0 sugar, Centrea? Or yeah, it was 0 sugar and only like 30 milligrams of sodium, where like real orange juice is a lot of sugar, and so we decided not to do that. So we're just gonna try it. If it turns out yucky, we just won't tell anybody, and we'll just leave it alone and never do that again. Right, Treya?
Right.
So she's going to whisk the tang, the mustard, the honey mustard, and then the honey. So I wanted to talk a little bit about honey. We are using a honey that is, I'm actually going to show you. So this is pure natural honey, which we get here locally in the Wichita area. We always get our honey from Randy, and so he's out on West MacArthur, but I want to tell you why. So the reason that it's important to get local honey, buy a local honey, is because it helps with your allergies. So you need to have local honey, the raw honey, to help with your allergies. This will ensure that the honey has been, or has the allergens native to your area that you live in. And so buying local honey is better, and not just because it reduces pollution and saves resources, but it does help with your allergies. Bees shipped from like other places elsewhere pollinating the crop is how commercial honey is made. So just make sure that if you're buying raw honey, that you are buying from your local area, because the local bees can make local honey, which means the pollen they collect and bring back to the hive is all sourced from the local plants in your area. And since many seasonal allergies are caused by these same plants, eating honey that contains that pollen can possibly combat those allergies. So I thought that was a pretty cool little nugget to share with you guys. Yeah, and we are only using, what is it, 1 tablespoon of honey, Centrea? So it's not a lot of sugar after you break it down and you serve it within the portion sizes of what we're going to serve. So there you go.
Hey guys, so after mixing it all up, this is what it looks like. It's kind of hard to, I don't want to spill it, but that's what it looks like.
Next thing that we're going to do is pour the orange juice mixture over the pork chops, and then we're going to reduce the heat, which you've already done, right? And then we're gonna cover it for 5 to 8 minutes. And then we have a little handy dandy meat thermometer that we use. So we're going to use that to check the internal temperature, which should read 145 degrees in pork. So we will check it out here in a minute. All right, guys, we are going to go ahead. Centrea's going to pour the orange juice mixture over the pork chops. And then we're going to bring it to a boil, which I guess you have to bring it to a boil before you actually turn the heat down, right? Yeah, that's what the instructions say.
Yeah.
So we accidentally turned our heat down before it started boiling, so we just turned it back up again. So we're gonna get a boil going, and then we will cover. Well, we'll reduce the heat then. Oh, it's starting to go already. So we'll give it a little bit here, and then we will reduce the heat. We're gonna simmer. We're gonna cover that bad boy up, and then we're gonna wait for about 8 minutes. And then we're going to insert the thermometer. So I think we could probably go ahead and, don't you think we could probably turn the heat down now?
Yeah, and then cover.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and do that. Here's the lid. Okay. Can you set the timer over there for 8 minutes? We're gonna let this cook, and then we will be right back in about 8 minutes, but you won't really know it's 8 minutes because we're gonna cut the camera off.
Right. Hey everybody, so we removed our pork chops because they were all done, and so now the next instructions are to keep this sauce warm, bring it to a boil, and cook it until the mixture is reduced to 1/4 cup, stirring occasionally, and then you serve it over the pork chops. So that's what we're gonna do now. So we will do that, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, so this is what the sauce looks like after we cooked it down. This is 1/4 cup. So yeah, I just wanted to show you what it looks like. We're having sweet potatoes and asparagus with it, so we're waiting for that to finish, and after it finishes we are going to plate it, and then we'll show you guys.
And we'll give you the nutrition facts on it too.
Woody will be up next. Test tasting.
Yes. You want to try the sweet potato first?
Pork chop is tough.
Pork chops are tough, so I think we cooked them a little too long.
I really do think we did cook them a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not easy to cut with a plastic fork either, huh? Would you like a real fork? How's the sauce taste?
Sauce tastes pretty good.
Can you speak up so they can hear you?
The sauce tastes pretty good. Did you hear me?
Yeah, we heard you that time.
Well, I think everybody heard you that time. Wow. What would you do differently?
I cooked the meat longer
Cook the meat longer at a
Cook it
lower
longer?
temperature?
at a lower temperature.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
think we
guess we know
did.
for next time.
Yeah, I think we cooked it a little bit too long.
Yeah.
You have to allow your time for your meat to cook and not cook on a fast high heat.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we did have it on low, didn't we?
When we boiled, we let it simmer in the sauce. We did have it on low, but before that, when we were just browning both sides, it wasn't. It was on medium high.
So when we were browning it, we should have probably put it on low.
Or high heat. Pork chop, some of them take high heat.
So how do you know what takes high heat and what doesn't?
I look it up.
Um,
You just gotta know.
Well, what do we rate it, Woody?
I give it 7 on flavor.
7 on flavor.
That's good.
Is that it?
But it was tough.
It's tough.
7 out of 10. It's not bad for a meat.
Anything else that you would like to say as far as critiquing the piece of meat? Any pointers? Anything else?
I would just cook it higher and turn it down lower.
Okay.
The simmer.
Jacob's up next.
You can say everybody bye.
Bye, everybody.
Right, everybody. Okay, so it's Jacob's turn to try the pork loin chops that we made. So let's see what he thinks. It's hot. That bit hot, everybody.
So, I like it. It was good to me. I know it's tender, so it's like, it's hard to chew, but it still has good flavor.
Good flavor. So out of 10, what do you rate it?
I give it
8 out of 10. Woohoo! Go us. Okay, so next will be me and Mathra.
Okay, we're back. All right. So we're gonna now try it ourselves to see what we think about it. And we are still learning. Like Centrea said, we are not pros. We didn't go to culinary school. We don't know it all when it comes to cooking, but we're having fun and we're learning, and that's what it's about.
Yep.
All right. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I do too. I think it's really good.
Mm-hmm. It's not, I mean, the bite that I just took wasn't like tough to me.
That's same
I think everybody has their
preference.
and that's why we like it for my husband to try and Jacob, her husband, to try, and then we try, because everybody has their own opinion and their own perspective on food and their taste buds. But to me,
I think it's like 10 out of 10.
I would say 9 out of 10. Only because I think that maybe it could have been a little bit like, I mean, it's a little tiny bit tough. Not really, not the piece that I had, but now that I'm trying to cut another bite, it's a little bit tough. But maybe I should cut it, instead of using it like a pencil, I was like trying to cut it like this.
Maybe.
So I'm going to try to cut it like this and see if that helps. Yeah, well, sort of. Well, anyway, I do think it is, I'm taking another bite. So we did use the tang instead of the orange juice, and it really did give it a good flavor.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. I mean, I don't know what it tastes like with orange juice, but I think it's good.
Yeah, the sauce is actually very good. I will say we added in like not even an eighth of a teaspoon.
Pinch, I would say.
Just a pinch or two of arrowroot starch, and we kind of thickened it up a little bit. But other than that, we didn't do any other modifications to the recipe other than we used the tang, and we used the drops that you put in water. That's what we used. We mixed it up, and we used that instead of orange juice, which saved a lot of sugars. So we will list the nutrition facts down below.
Down below.
And yeah, I don't have anything else. Do you?
Just make sure you guys try it yourself. Let us know how you like it and comment down below. And then make sure you guys tell your family and your friends and your coworkers and
Your mama and your wife.
thanks for watching us today, guys. Bye.
Bye.